Welcome to the FedEx channel. My name is Federico, and today we're gonna talk about GRC. Now, so many of you guys ask, what is GRC? And GRC stands for Governance, Risk, and Compliance. Now, I am not the greatest at GRC. I had to do it for my job, but I've been learning a lot. But what we have today in store is actually someone that has been dedicating the last couple months of his life, sweating tears and cry to get to know GRC, and he's been changing his life from coming from a salesperson to an actual GRC professional. So without more introduction, I want to bring my friend César Mora to the channel. Hello, César. How you doing today?
How you doing, man? I'm gonna need a recording for that.
Well, thank you for that. So, César, you are changing your life from sales to GRC. Tell us more about that.
Man, yeah. Like I said before, my background was in sales. My previous job before I decided to do this jump, I worked in I guess a distribution. I did regional management. So basically, my job was a lot. Uh, Basically, here where I'm at in Austin, Texas. My job was basically getting supermarkets, convenience stores, their food, their stuff. So I did a lot of supply chain and third party stuff without me actually knowing the legal names of it when it came down to it. And then I managed a whole bunch of salespeople. So I had to do a whole bunch of sales, I guess auditing as well, do a bunch of third party stuff. And then before that, I'd sold um, physical security, I guess, if you want to call it through Vivint. So I just decided in January of this year just to go. I've been wanting to do cybersecurity for a long time. I did do my research for first to see where I wanted to go for cybersecurity, just because my technical background is not, or it wasn't, the greatest. I don't have your technical background. I can't geek out with you yet. We can talk. I just can't geek out with you, not yet. So I just decided to go to GRC, and I just, depending on who you talk to in my family, is faith, crazy, nuts, brave. I don't know. I just jumped completely and left my previous career and jumped doing this, and that's how I met Christopher Woodlock and started coming into Simply Cyber and joined the community for the last 10 months, basically.
Wow. So what I'm hearing is that you literally decided to wake up one day and say, I've been doing this job inadvertently because you were doing sales, but there was some GRC portions, and you say, I want
A
to
lot,
change my life
actually.
and I want to do it now. Like you
Yeah.
just changed it from zero to GRC in the last year.
Yes,
Now, tell
100%.
us about that roller coaster, because I know you have a website, and we have it here at the bottom, CesarMora.work. Go ahead and check out his website. But in your website, I mean, you have certifications to the Wasook. Like, I myself don't even own a certification. And you
Uh,
actually been doing more than many seasonal practitioners in the last 10 months than many people that has years doing this thing. So how is that you go from like having zero to having so many certifications to go so driven, and what is to study for any of those certifications? I mean, I
uh,
know there's people here that want to know about that, so let's talk about that.
I mean, my first certification was CompTIA Security Plus. I guess I never liked tests just because I got nervous at it. But me listening to the daily cyber news, I know Dr. Gerald Ozier is always talking about Sec Plus. Talking to other people within the community, like Sec Plus is something that you want it or not, you're gonna have it if you want to get into the industry. It's not impossible, like they say, but it's just something that I needed to get, regardless, if I wanted even to start doing something. So that was the first one that I did. It was Sec Plus. The type of studying that I did there, it was actually two type of videos. I did Udemy. I do a lot of Udemy, actually. I get them in specials, 11.99, 12, from Jason Dion. So I do that, and then I actually do as well ACI learning as well. So I learn from two different type of teaching, if you want to say that, and then I sit down and read. at that point. Read a book. At that point, I was just reading all the SecPlux material. If you go a little down, that's why me and Study GRC, no, a little up, up. There you go. That one. You can download that. That's actually a digital book that we created between me and Study GRC for Sec Plus. It just has all the material that you need, and that's how I actually studied. Watched two different type of videos, including Professor Messer Best. There's like 121 videos, and it'll teach you exactly what you need to learn. I watched another video, like I said, with Udemy, and then I was watching or reading. So I was learning from two different type of people, and then actually grabbing a book and reading so I can do that. Right after that, I did the accolade so I can get certified through them, and it's basically learning how to implement NIST CSF 2.0. There's actually, I think, is actually pretty cool what they're doing with the hands-on experience that they have. It's still multiple choice, but it's not like the CompTIA trying to confuse you with the words. It's just basically they ask you a question, is all scenario based, and then you answer. And then right after that, I've been studying for the last, I think, 3.5 months for the CISA exam as well, and I was able to pass it. But what people don't understand is just, I guess I'll call it a struggle because I have a family, I have a wife, I have a 2-year-old. I do everything that I need to do. Plus, I work, so it's a little hard, but I just do whatever needs to be done to study. So I was studying literally every day, Sunday to Sunday, from early in the morning all the way into I can take breaks in between, read. I was just reading books, watching Udemy videos, and watching ACI videos. ACI videos I think is like 24, 26 hours, and the Udemy videos are 20, 18 to 24 hours. Plus me actually reading the material as well. I like learning from two different type of people, two different type of learnings, and reading. So that's basically me in a nutshell, and as well learning a couple things here and there.
Oh man, that is crazy. I mean, I gotta tell you, your story is inspiring because I myself has ADHD, so I cannot pick a book for the love of anything. I struggle with reading. I actually do enjoy audio booking, so I do a lot of my reading through audio booking. And given for the job that we kind of do, we do have to read and all that stuff. But I can't really sit down and concentrate on a book, especially a technical book. They are
Yeah.
boring.
Yes,
I
they
mean,
are
and
actually.
people seeing it, they are massive books.
There's
So
one. There's one of the books that this is the CISA book. Look how thick it is. It's like 500 pages. I finished this whole entire book plus the other two, and then basically right now what I'm doing is actually reading a third party that I'm almost done actually, a third party book. So I'm just always reading. I honestly didn't like reading. I can honestly say that I sat down and read a full book when I started doing GRC, just because everybody told me that, hey, there's a lot of reading in this stuff. There's a lot of comprehension. I'm like I said, I adjust to my surroundings very quickly. I was done it before, so I'm used to that. So I try to adjust everything that I do. Um, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. Period.
wow, it's just amazing. So tell me, for the people that has struggled like me, what is your trick, or what was your actual what is your recommendation to start reading one of those books? Because I hear you say the other day that you read minimum 5 pages, and then you
Yes.
force yourself six, and the
It's
next day you force yourself to a 6 page. How does that work?
it's a goal. I mean, we need to start just so you can get used to something. I probably say it'll probably take maybe 2 weeks, or let's just say even 30 days. Just put a goal. Before I go to sleep now, I actually read 45 minutes. My wife actually needs to tell me, hey, just turn the light off, or I go to the kitchen and just sit down, and she tells me to come in. But I read 45 minutes before I go to sleep. Whatever amount of pages that is, it is what it is. But I wasn't like that at the beginning. Probably the main recommendation, this is really not even a recommendation because this really depends on you, really, is just you need to be drive. You need to want it. How bad you want it. The way I want to be in the industry, get in the industry, do this is the same way I need to breathe. That's it. Just if I stop breathing, I die. So that's how hungry I am. of just learning stuff that doesn't even pertain to me, just learning a whole bunch of stuff within the industry when it comes down to that. So it just really wanting it, how bad you want it. I didn't like reading. I had to learn how to force myself how to start reading, and that's basically what I did.
All right, so you force yourself to start reading. You want this really hungry. You change sales to actually coming in to do GRC,
Yes.
and you did something, or you say something really that it's inspiring. I mean, you say you get the books mad cheap, and for people that are there, yes, there's boot camps and there is all these things that tells you and promise you heaven and earth. But I
Everything is
guarantee
free.
you, I tell you
Everything
one
is
thing.
free.
I tell you one thing. Heaven and earth sometimes does not come when you spend more money. Heaven and earth comes when you actually put the work and the effort.
Hmm.
So I mean, you say you get it cheap. You say that there is free. What is some of those free resources that you have? Something that you can share with the audience.
Just everything, really. Everything. This is the digital era. Absolutely everything that you want, you will find it in the internet. You just need to sit down and search. Um, just search Google. Use AI. Ask specific questions. But everything that you have, please, if there's something, one thing that you want to catch from here, uh, one, join a community. Simply Cyber recommended. I mean, I'm biased, but yeah, recommended a million and 10% if you want to put it. Join a community. Use people. I mean, there's a lot of people in that community that wants to help you out. You have studied GRC as well. Use people to leverage your education. Boot camp is not necessarily. It's just you're gonna spend a lot of money, and they're gonna teach you stuff that you can learn yourself for free.
So
If you
tell us
want, go right ahead.
tell us a little bit about this thing, the Study GRC. What is this? What the audience is seeing in here? Because I see a nice title. I see over 1,000 subscribers, 63 videos. I see that you guys meet on Wednesdays, 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Tell the people, what is this? What is the Study GRC?
Study GRC started. The founder is Christopher Whitlock. Chris Whitlock. That's the founder. I met him in January. Me joining. That's when I did, I guess, a transition. And he started doing this with somebody else, Chris Young, if I'm not mistaken. They started doing this. Just started as nonchalant, just studying a study group, just people going in there and just learning the craft, learning the subject GRC, and then it just got big. Now there's every single day or every Wednesday, there's, I can probably say, maybe 20 plus people every day, probably even way more. Just watching live is just, everybody learns. There's a community. It's free. It's free. That's the biggest word. Is free, and then everybody is there actually cares about the other person.
So tell us what's the catch, because I'm a hard believer that nothing comes for free in life. So what's the catch with Started GRC? You just
There's no
become
catch.
addicted. You just become addicted to a great group of people, and you
Yeah,
want more and more. Is that what it is?
exactly. I mean, there's individuals there from every background, every experience, all the way from months, all the way to 3 decades of doing GRC security, risk from all over the world too, from all the way from North America, Central, all the way to Europe, Australia, all over the place. So that's one of the good things about that community, that the same way we here in North America think, people in Europe and Australia, they think different. Yeah, I understand different laws, but when you sit down and talk to them, you can actually see their perspective and why they do it. And basically, what I do is I take my notes, I paper and pen, very quickly. I write my notes, and then I just brainstorm a whole bunch of stuff so I can implement it in my end. Use everybody, get the best of everyone, and just make it my own.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about how you actually managing to, that's the Study GRC, that's your reading, and yes, still keep sanity. Because I'll tell you one thing, I as a someone that actually was not interested in GRC but got thrown into that because of a need of the business, and I had to do GRC. I mean, I do GRC on my daily basis too as well. maybe not to the extent of learning all the complex of the GRC, but I am implementing it. I am working what's the risk. I need to see what our governance is and what is our risk on these policies and all this other stuff. So how do you keep your sanity? What do you do to keep sanity when you're doing this study?
Oh man, I I don't even know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. Because when there's a couple days that I don't, I guess I wanna relax. I guess I like my as you can see my shirt. I like my superheroes. I like video games just to relax. I just need something that is not studying or just, I guess, work related. But then I catch myself sitting down on the computer and I do the same exact thing that I'm telling you. I do the opposite. I actually sit down and read a book or continue studying. So how to keep myself sanity, I I can't answer that question, to be honest with you, at all. I mean, if anybody can definitely help me out there, please do. But I don't know. I don't I don't know. I get entertained actually feeding my brain, like me learning just random stuff from the industry.
Well, I do have to tell you that in the industry, we do have to take mental breaks, and mental breaks are really important
Yes.
for practitioners because you can get burned out easy. So, I mean, I found myself doing woodwork. I found myself actually doing woodwork or construction work, which is total opposite from dealing with computers and
Hmm.
with technology. Just because I want something not more
Okay.
manly, because I'm not gonna say that it's not mainly what we do, but something that it has to take my mind out of the computer, something more handy. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, a mental break is important.
It
But
is
I
100%.
gotta bring you to this one as well. You mentioned Simply Cyber, and I
Yes.
went and did a quick search and I found this guide in here. And I actually been going to his channel as well for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that. I mean, I make it into a routine. Uh,
Yes.
uh, um, I had made it into one of my routines to actually be there in the mornings learning cyber and cybersecurity. But he's a GRC geek. He loves GRC and he
Yes, he
wants to
does.
and he wants to make GRC cool
Sociable,
again,
acceptable.
social acceptable again. How can you make GRC social acceptable when it's so boring?
I mean, again, that comes back. I can understand why people might say it might be boring, but I understand that might as well might depend on the person actually. When it comes down to that, I mean, yeah, I don't get me wrong. I don't want to be sitting down and just dealing with the governance side all day, reading policies or even with compliance with GDPR, CCPA. That might be a little boring every day, but it's exciting. I just feel that this job um, brings, I guess, meaning. If anything, that's something that I do feel uh is definitely bringing more meaning of what I do a day by day. Because I mean, like I said, technically speaking, yes, I came from the sales industry, but I did this for many years because I had to do third party supply chain. I had to do it's funny because I had to do a lot of project management stuff. I'm taking Project Plus as well right now. That's what I'm studying literally right now. CompTIA Project Plus, and then there's a lot of stuff that I'm reading and I'm like, I've been doing this already like for 7 years. It's like, but now there's actually a name to the method. There's a waterfall, agile. I mean, there's now I'm putting a name to that and controls and stuff like that. I was already doing that regardless. It's just now is not on sales. Now it's directly cybersecurity or information security per se, GRC.
So Contia Project Plus, is this what you're
Yes,
doing right here in Udemy?
yes, I am, but I'm doing it through Jason Dion. I like Jason Dion's style. He talks fast for some people, but I just like his style. But yes, Jason Dion Project Plus. That's what I'm doing. If you search for Jason Dion, you will definitely
Do that.
see almost all CompTIA's product. And I did it for Sec Plus as well.
Well, let's do that as we speak. Let's go look at Jason DeYoung,
Yep.
Contia Plus. So
Jason Dion. Dion and Jason.
is that all on actual videos? Is that what it is? What you're telling
All
me?
videos. Yep, all videos. Yes, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Jason DeYoung, all videos right here. I guess this
Hmm.
is what you're talking about.
Yes, those. And he has his own website, Dion Training. It's just through Dion training is more expensive. With Udemy, I just catch them on special. I don't know because maybe I buy so many videos through there, but I get discounts like at least 3 times a month, and those discounts are $10 here, $12 here, maybe 15 is the max from videos that cost 60 or $100.
And that really adds up from time to time. I mean, that there's no doubt that when you actually start looking at the saving costs, it adds on. So for those that are actually coming out of school, for those that actually want to be an auditors, for those that actually likes to be the auditor or the numbers and all this other stuff, what is the path that you recommend them to get started on GRC?
Oh man, I put a video out about that. There's a lot of stuff. It just keep it step by like simple 101. Keep it step by step. I recommend the one that I did. I did it through Cisco. And again, I don't recommend getting certificates or learning specifically from a specific name like company like Cisco, but that's the one that I took as a free course. It's called Cybersecurity. It's Cybersecurity 101, I think it's called. And it teaches you basically absolutely everything that you need to know through cybersecurity, I guess, in the more Cisco type of eye. You have Dr. Gerald Osher as well. He has Cyber 101. That will take you like around 3, 6 months, give or take, depending on your pace. Very good. I mean, he goes over a whole bunch of information. After you do that, then you decide, and not even GRC, you decide to go red team, blue team. Just start with the basics. And the only certification that I'll tell you that just come in mind that you need and want will be CompTIA Security Plus. If you're in the industry, it might be a little different, but if you're coming brand new, you definitely need it. Even for practitioners already, I think they're going to need it if they switch jobs. So that's just something that you do need. Sec Plus.
So you say you put a video, and I just did a quick YouTube search, and there you are. Is that you right there?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what you're
me.
looking at? Tell us a little bit about this thing. What is
Uh,
going on in there?
oh man, I actually got motivated to do this video or to get my YouTube out there because of Chris Whitlock. He was always been pushing me to just do videos, just do the videos. And then we did the cohort as well that I know you did it too through Dr. Gerald Ozier to learn how to build YouTube, how to use it, how to get yourself out there, how to do everything. So that's what I did, and yeah, you see me here. I always been the type of person that didn't like being in front of a camera, not even pictures. Nothing to not because I want to be I guess secure or anything. I don't know. I just didn't like it. My wife always tells me, "Is like, why? I just don't like it." And then I'm out. Look at me now.
All right, so what our subscribers should be expecting from your channel? I mean, I see unlock GRC potential roadmap. To what they gonna be expecting from this channel?
Man, I just want to keep stuff very simple. I like being very simplistic, putting stuff that might be complicated for other people. Just if I know it, I'll be able to explain it to you in a way that you're going to be able to understand it. Absolutely anybody. So I want to keep stuff as simple as possible, so and make it easy for people to get in the industry without the fluff, without just trying to figure stuff out. I already did it. I'm just gonna throw the red carpet out and just go right ahead and just follow it. Follow that path. Obviously, the path will change depending on the person. Mine's was GRC, or it is GRC. So, but I can make a difference for you guys. Just at least following at least the first video. Everybody should do it because this is the basic of the industry.
So now to everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cesar's YouTube channel. His channel is Dr. Finest 809. I'm guessing the 809 comes from the zip code or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Let me go
Yes.
back a little
Let
bit,
me.
do on some Austin in here and try to identify what is that come from.
let me explain to you because everybody since I don't even remember. Everybody says Dr. Finest, but it's actually DR because DR stands for Dominican Republic.
Thank you.
As you can see in the background, Dominican Republic, Finest, and 809 will be the area code down there. So that's where the DR comes from. I got that name. I like it. It's an old movie in the mid 2000s. It's called Brooklyn's Finest. I think if I'm not mistaken, is with Wesley Snipes. Don't call me on that because I haven't seen the movie for a long time. But that was actually how I got that name, Brooklyn's Finest. And I'm like, oh, hold on, there's a whole bunch of Dominicans down there, so might as well get the DR Finest in there and put 809. And I've been having this name for Jesus, for more than 10 years. That's even my gaming name too. So
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 it's Dominican Republic
yes,
finest. So
yes,
se habla español, señoras y
sí,
señores.
sí, sí, hablo español.
Excelente. Well, are we expecting to have any videos in Spanish? I mean, there's people
Yeah,
maybe that want to go into the Spanish version of GRC. I can
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you that someone that speaks Spanish, I've been driving to probably put some Spanish context as well, because I know the cybersecurity is something that we manage here a lot in our territory, but it is also worldwide. And I've
It,
seen people from South American and Spanish speaking countries that there's not a lot of content. So what are your plans on that?
yeah. If you go to my LinkedIn, in my LinkedIn, I've been posting already Spanish content already. When it comes down to that, I did. If you go a little down and go to my, there you go, Spanish and English. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
It talks about that's gonna be with RFI and USB, so it's the same exact one. Just one is in Spanish, and one's in English, just for the Spanish speakers, as well. So I've been doing that. Plus, I translate and I do a couple stuff. Then again, that now I know is like for me it was IT stuff, but now I understand it's more GRC, with a company in the Dominican Republic as well. They digitize everything. So I've always been dealing, just because I'm good with people. I translate and do third party stuff with them, onboarding people. Now I know it's GRC again, but before I even got into the industry, it was just sales, get people boarded in, and translate.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So we should be expecting some in Spanish. We have GRC in English. We have how do you say GRC in Spanish?
I mean, there's no translation. I mean, GRC. If you want to translate that, that's just the letters. But as you know, you can't translate everything. Uh, when it comes down to the English and Spanish. So that's one of the things you
So
can't.
what you so my understanding of what you're saying is that we cannot be literal to try to translate the words.
No, 100%, not everything. No, no, no. That's the worst thing you're
It's
gonna
not
be doing.
it's not gobernancia, arriesgo, and something else, no?
No, I mean, if you want, yeah, if you're gonna go word by word, yeah, you can definitely do it. But would it make the same sense? Would it be the same thing
It
as
wouldn't make
GRC? Nah, no,
that is
no,
absolutely true. It is difficult
no.
sometimes to
It
translate
isn't it
English
be
to Spanish.
exactly? Not everything is gonna be 100% to the language.
Now, so you use are you using like ChatGPT or Copilot or any of those LLMs to translate to Spanish, or this is full
No, that's
your
that's
Spanish?
that's me and my wife. So, because my wife, I mean, I was born over there in Dominican Republic, but I was raised all my life here in Miami. My wife was born and raised over there, so I use my wife. I write everything down. If I have anything that I miss, anything that I need to say, I guess in a professional manner, I just proofread this for me, and that's what she did because she worked for the government. She's an engineer. She did now again that I'm doing GRC. The funny thing is that my wife was seeing me studying because I'm actually reading two books actually, but I'm reading this right now is a handbook for ISO, for the 2701 is a handbook. She saw me reading that and she goes, "Oh, you're trying to learn ISO?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Do you know what is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I used to do." She used to do basically governance down there in the for the government in the Dominican Republic, dealing with 2700 and 2702. I'm like, "Wow, okay." So
And you didn't even know that your wife
She
did
just,
knew
she
it.
just, she said, I know she worked in the government. I know she did a lot of audits, but again, I didn't even think about the ISO standards into now. And she's
I
the one
guess
who had to tell me.
the more you know right now,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
100%.
Just keep in mind, ask your wife what she did in her past. You know,
I mean, I knew what my wife did. I just didn't go into the specific. I just know she did audits. She did a lot of government. She worked in the government, and she's an engineer. So, okay. And then she saw me reading ISO, and she goes, "Oh, you're reading ISO? You like it?" It's confusing. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, I know ISO." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Well, now we know that you actually have somebody that can help you out pass the test because they already know the basis of ISO, isn't it?
She does, but I'm not. I'm not planning to take no certification with ISO. I just want to learn it.
Okay, so what are your plans for the future? You taken several certifications. You have, I mean, like I say, it is incredible. You have more certifications that a lot of people that I know in the industry that's just starting over. I myself been in the industry for several years and doing cybersecurity for at least 5 years already, and I hold zero certifications. So, what are your plans?
Oh man, just getting a job right now. Getting a job. I'm 100% every single day just applying for jobs, and just a company to give me opportunity. I'll be their golden goose. I can promise you that. I have the want, I have the drive, and I want to be there.
Well, there you hear it, ladies and gentlemen. If you know someone that's actually hiring, go check out César Mora's that work or César in LinkedIn, because we have somebody that is driven, that is passionate, and that wants to get in the industry. So just go ahead and if you know someone, let's build up those networks. I am a firm believer of the power of networking. I mean, I know many stories of people that actually got hired because they know someone or someone knows someone.
Yeah.
Now, before we ended up the stream and before we going home and everything, is there any final remarks that you want to give us or tell us to the people that wants to come in the industry or that are already in the industry and wants to move into GRC?
Oh man, just don't quit. Just don't quit. It'll be worth it after you get in. And you see what you're doing. As long as you like the industry, as long as you like what you're doing, is something that's gonna, at least for me, it fulfills me, I guess, as a human. I guess if you want to call it that way, helping people out, do something meaningful. Is just don't quit. It's not the easiest route. It's not. You're not gonna get a job tomorrow, like boot camp says. You're not gonna earn $1 million. So just no. It takes time. You need to walk, or excuse me, crawl, walk, speed walk, and then run. So there's a process. As long as you go by that process and you respect the time, just don't quit. Don't quit.
All right. And before we actually go, I want to give you the platform and the time for you to make a remark about yourself. Let's go talk. Let's actually make a small video right here and say who Cesar is so everybody can know who Cesar is. So are you ready for
man,
that?
you got me off guard with that. I know I'm not ready.
That's exactly how we do it in the FedEx Channel. We're just going to wing it out and we're going to do it. So we're going to go live in 3, 2.
Oh man. Oh, come on, FedEx. You got me on the spot like that. I don't know what to say, honestly. I don't know what to say. That's why it's kind of funny because I was talking to him about that before we started this, and then look, now I'm here in the spot, looking dumb. So, Federico, you can come back now. Look at me. He's really gonna do this. He's really gonna do this.
I am waiting for you.
I
am
honestly,
really
I,
waiting for
I
you.
honestly don't know what to say, my man. I honestly don't know. I said absolutely everything uh, that I had to say about my background and basically what I'm doing and how I'm doing and how passionate I am of doing this job every day.
Well, in that case, this is how we're going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it today. This was Cesar Mora from CesarMora.work. And if you want to know more about Cesar, if you want to know more about his passion, if you really have a job to hire him, he's the guy right now that's going to help you out on your GRC journey. So just go check out his LinkedIn, go check out his page. We got CesarMora.work. Again, this is the guy. I mean, it's inspirational to see somebody that actually has been changing his life. He is making changes. He is actually decided to change his job and start doing something that he's passionate about it. So that's why you should go check him out. And if you don't have a job for him, then just go and check out his YouTube channel. Go live and subscribe his YouTube channel, grow his network, connect with him on LinkedIn, and just make Cesar on top of your list, because that is what we do in cybersecurity. We actually empower each other, we actually bring others to life, and we actually help to grow the network. Cesar, anything else you would like to say before we head out?
No, not really. Just go right ahead. Just don't quit. Don't give up and love what you do. I can honestly, sincerely say that now I understand when people say have a career, not a job. So, honestly.
Oh, and I would say thank you so much for coming to the stream today. And remember, this is the FedEx channel. When we talk about cybersecurity, we do GRC, we talk about our lives, we grow our network, and don't forget to like and subscribe to FedEx
Cyber
channel.
Game with the FedEx channel. Subscribe for the latest in cybersecurity and GRC insights. Don't forget to hit that like button to support our mission. Join us in securing the digital world together.